So, my next guest is a multi platinum selling singer and songwriter who is currently enjoying the success of 5 recent Grammy nominations, 3 of which are for the award of Best Gospel Performance slash Song, which breaks the record for the greatest number of simultaneous nominations in any of the gospel or Christian genre categories. Write that down in his Wikipedia. Dante Bowe's incredible rise to the top has taken him on a journey of highs, and yes, there are lows that even once saw him writing songs from his friend's sofa when he found himself homeless. But he took those struggles and turned them into beautiful music. And Dante joins us now. Please welcome Tam Fam Dante Bowe to the show. Congratulations on everything. I mean, history-making Grammy nominations. How does it feel, Dante?
Thank you so much. By the way, you look amazing. It feels incredible. I think I worked really, really hard, and to just see the fruit of my labor manifest in this way, it's just kind of like groundbreaking. So I feel really, really good. I feel excited.
Oh my goodness. I mean, when you think about, as I said, those trying days where you were living at a friend's house on the sofa, homeless, but having to believe and go to faith to pull you through. People often wonder how folks are able to do it. How do you face those trying times and keep believing that it will work out, and maybe even a few Grammy nominations to add to it?
Yeah, I think growing up, seeing my grandmother's faith, seeing my grandfather's faith, and like how they maneuvered, just in life day to day, you know what I mean, with our family and with their health or whatever challenges that came, they always stayed grounded and rooted in what they believed. And I think more than it's just me being rooted for the sake of being rooted is something that has kept me this entire time. So it's easy for me to, just kind of go back and grab a hold to that faith because it's tried and it's true and it's led me this far. You know what I mean?
What I also love about you and your music is that you have found a way to have your own identity and your own voice. We know that gospel music has inspired every other form of music. So it's hard not to look at others and say, okay, I want to sound like this person, or I'd like to have that vibe. To find your own voice in this legendary form of communicating is also incredible. And that's why you have those nominations, I believe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. I always try to like stay authentic, no matter what I do. And think definitely, along the way, like maybe a year or so ago, I was like, man, am I doing too much? And, in my genre, like, am I a part of just so many different things, the contemporary Christian community, the gospel community, all this stuff. And, now obviously I know that I wasn't doing too much, that maybe someone needs to do too much, and be a part of some great collaborations, no matter what genre, no matter what race or whatever the case may be.
When you said that, I think about this meme that I see on social media where people say, am I doing too much or are you just basic? And I'm like, I know that you didn't word it that way. But that is always the challenge, is that, am I doing too much? And at the end of the day, if you're being authentic, it is never too much. It may be too much for some, but it won't be too much for all. And that's the sweet spot that you found. You had, at age 16, a spiritual awakening that inspired you to start writing gospel music. 16 is a very young age to have this massive change in your life. How do you explain that critical moment for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was in my bedroom and I was listening to an album by this incredible artist named Kierra Sheard. And, I was changed that day, and I felt like, obviously my whole life I knew what all this was supposed to be as far as, faith is concerned, as far as God is concerned. But that day kind of changed everything when I had my own personal encounter, and it started my own personal relationship with God after that moment that led me to sing about him, and it caught wind. And I think that's one of probably the biggest reason I do Christian music is because of that encounter at 16 years old in my bedroom, for sure.
We were lucky enough to have Kierra perform on the show as well. And we started this show off by saying, Dante, I wanted this show to be something people could share with others. I want them to be able to call a friend and say, did you see that? Or, watch it over and over again. And that's what your music does. Do you listen to your own music now in that way? Do you play your own voice over and over again? Are you inspired when you hear your own message? Or do you say, okay, I sang it, I can't listen to it, I'll listen to Kiara and others?
No, I love my music. I think, before I release my music, I kind of sit on the piano in my house and I play it over every day, over the same song over and over and over and over again until I feel like, okay, this is solid. So I really do love my songs, and I feel like they're thought out, and they're very honest. And funny story is, I was at the dentist not too long ago, and I had a long procedure, and I played my Essentials album on Apple Music like the entire 3-4 hours. So I do love listening to music. I don't know if that sounds narcissistic or whatever.
Listen, no, I love that you admitted that, because so many other people would have said, no, I don't listen to my music once I put it. No, you're like, I'm in the dentist's office and I say, can you Spotify play the Essentials of Dante Bowe? I love it. Well, the lead single from the album is called Joyful, and you say that joy is a choice for all of us. But we know we live in the real world. It's not always an easy choice when you're facing adversity. What's your advice to people and how to find that joy, how to make that choice?
I think ultimately, just knowing what's on the other end of that choice. I think joy sometimes can be looked at as like something you have to believe. You know what I mean? And I think when I wrote the song, it was in the middle of the pandemic, and it wasn't necessarily the most joyful time. There was really no reason to be super joyful, at least. And I think it's something that I felt like, I had to proclaim and had to walk in even before I felt the fullness of it. You know what I mean? And I think, just starting with the little things, and over time it becomes, just a natural part of your life. No matter what you go through, you can be content and find peace and hope in every situation. I really do believe that.